Hey, family. Hey. Let me cut my phone down. Because I will get a phone call in the middle of this live. I just wanted to go live real quick and I want to talk about repositioning yourself. And I want to talk to you about what a healthy relationship looks like. Now, I know a lot of people are going to know a lot of what I'm about to say, but I'm about to give you at least, like 9 different things to look for to tell whether or not you have a healthy relationship. Y'all know I don't go live this time of night. But I did want to go live today. Hey, Yana, I see you, baby. I see you. Even though I hardly can't see, she be squinting carried on. Oh my goodness. Hi, sis. I love you. This is the We Ain't Talk today. Yeah, I'm just cleaning my glasses as per usual. Yeah, God is so good and so amazing. Oh my God, I had such an amazing day. I had an amazing weekend. How about that? How about that, little sis? How about that? But I just want to talk to y'all about real quick repositioning yourself, what a healthy relationship looks like. These days, I really am not sure if people really understand what a healthy relationship looks like because we've seen so much dysfunction, right? And the dysfunction that we see, it's like perpetuated. We just keep seeing. I see y'all say, hey, I done told y'all coming up in people's house, say hello, say hello. Say hello. But we've seen so much dysfunction in our lives, right? That sometimes, hey, Pam, I see you, sweetheart. How are you? We have seen so much dysfunction in our relationships, right? And so, because we've seen so much dysfunction, sometimes it's very difficult to differentiate what healthy and good and wonderful and amazing looks like, right? That's how we usually end up settling. Can I be honest? Because we don't visualize, we do not wrap our head around the promises of God, that they are yes and they are amen, period. Right. And so, because of that, we end up settling out because we're not trusting what the promises of God are for our lives. Right. But let me tell you what a healthy relationship looks like so we can get away from all of the foolishness. Right. A healthy relationship looks like each person working on themselves. That's number one. I am going to be actively working on being my best self so that if I am in a relationship with you, me and you are both in alignment with being healthier. We can sit down at the table and we communicate well with one another. We make decisions about our relationships based on our ability to communicate and be great communicators, right? It's difficult to communicate with somebody that you do not trust or that you are settling for. Right. So, one of the things that I am talking about tonight is not just being a good communicator, but raising and elevating your standard for what you want for a life in your life that aligns with where it is that you're going, not where you are right now, but where you want to go in life. Right. So, if you have a desire to do wonderful and amazing things, to create a nonprofit organization, to buy homes, to start a business, to do whatever it is that you want to do in your life. One of the greatest things that you could do when you are aligning yourself, and I'm not saying you're looking for a partner for my sisters because y'all have a big problem with that. And in a real way, I do too. But I'm talking about attracting the person to you that would help to elevate you or help you in your life, right? And this is for my brothers and sisters because y'all know I'm an equal opportunity person, right? But the reality is, you need to be able to communicate with one another well enough so that you know that you are in alignment. And so you need to first, number one, have someone in your life who you can communicate with, right? But that is also working on themselves, right? Working on being a better version of themselves. That's two things, right? The other thing that you want to think about is that you want to be happy with one another. You want to be with somebody who genuinely makes you happy, who you don't have to argue, fight, go through all of these motions with, right? That you genuinely care about them and your desire is to see them happy and to see them win. If you are not in a relationship like that, or you haven't been in a relationship like that, then chances are it wasn't going to work anyway. Can I be honest? It wasn't going to work. It was not going to work. Because you want to be with somebody who genuinely wants to see you win. And I talked about this last night when I went live. Like, sometimes we do too much. We enable people who are in our lives, and this is for men and for women. And they end up resenting you for it because they never grew to their fullest potential because you coddle them. Right? I could say the same thing about sometimes we do that with our kids. We don't know no better. There's no manual for that. But I'm telling you that in a relationship between a man and a woman, the greatest part of a relationship and being with a person that you love is that they help to elevate you and take you higher. Right? They help to elevate. Yeah, Sharon, when you know better, you do better, baby. How you doing, sis? I ain't seen you in a minute. I ain't seen you up on here in a minute. You've been traveling or doing something. You've been doing something because I ain't seen you. But I'm glad to see you tonight, sweetheart. I'm glad to see you tonight. So, bearing that in mind, being in alignment, right? Being a good communicator and really loving and enjoying each other and not enabling one another, not tearing each other down, but genuinely wanting to see your partner win. Because when your partner wins, you win. When you win, they win. Everybody is going to end up, in this amazing relationship, but you got to like each other enough. You got to care about each other enough. And when it comes down to disagreements, this is like number 4 or 5, I'm sorry. When it comes down to disagreements, you need a partner that you're okay with disagreeing with, right? Because both of you are using emotional intelligence. Both of you are not operating out of, hurt and pain. While we all have areas we need to work on within ourselves, we all have it. We all need to work on who we are to become better versions. I'm not talking about perfection. I'm talking about somebody that can seriously sit down with you and disagree with you and understand that just because they disagree with you, it's not the end of the relationship. Somebody that won't walk away from you when you are in a healthy, good relationship. That's what that means. Anybody who walks away from you, and I'm not talking about if you're in a fit of anger and you need to go take a walk. I get that part, right? But I'm talking about somebody who is actively doing the work and operating with you from a level of emotional intelligence. That is important, right? I've had to learn about my own, how to handle my own stuff. I no longer let every wind that blows bother me. I no longer engage in every opportunity to say something back. Sometimes I don't say anything at all. And it's not always because I don't have anything to say. It's just that right now may not be the best time for me to say it because it's not going to be received well, because you may or may not disagree. You understand? So operating with emotional intelligence is not flying by the seat of your pants and letting everything you feel like you want to say in a fit of anger come out of your mouth. No. And the reason why you're not going to let it come flying out of your mouth is because of the love and because of the respect that you have for one another. Right? And so that's very, very, very important. I cannot express that enough. The other thing is that you can apologize. You can say, I'm sorry. Your partner says, I'm sorry. These are um, the things that make healthy relationships. When you could say, I'm sorry. I apologize for what I said. Maybe I didn't handle that well. Those are the signs that you're dealing with someone who is in touch and they care enough about you that they are going to make sure that they don't go to bed angry, right? Or hang up the phone. Right? Because if you're in dating mode and you're at that place where you're ready to make a commitment, if you're courting one another, right? Then courting is with intention, like they intend to marry you, right? So if you're doing that and you want to make sure that you keep your relationship in a healthy space, then you have to have a posture, of forgiveness. Have a posture to say, I'm sorry, I didn't do that right. I didn't say the right thing. I was wrong, right? It's okay to do that because that's what a healthy relationship looks like. A healthy relationship looks like we are operating in alignment with one another. We're leaning into the work that we got to do. Here's the thing that I tell people often, and I probably haven't even said it lately, but often I say to people, relationships produce revelation about who you are. And so it's almost like mirror and window, right? It is. It's like mirror and window. You get an opportunity by being in relationship with someone else. You get the opportunity to see how you can become a better version of you. If you are never in a relationship, who is there to help you to grow? Problems are really not problems. They're just a new way to discover to do things, right? It all depends on how you look at what's going on in your life. I hear people say, I can do bad all by myself. You are absolutely right. You can. You could do very bad or you could do good all by yourself. It doesn't matter, right? But the only way to be refined, and I wish people would understand this, is to really be in a relationship that is healthy, where you can begin to see who you are and who you're being. You would never see yourself if you never had anybody challenge your thoughts. You would never grow if it never rained. And a lot of people don't understand that. They do not understand that I need you to counterbalance me. I need my yin to my yang. I need someone in my life who can help me to flourish and to grow. Because ultimately, that's what it's really all about. And also a healthy relationship has a great social life. That means, right, don't get mad. Ooh, Sharon, let me post that up there. Don't get mad, grow. Hello? Hello, somebody. Say so, Sharon. Hello. That's it right there. Don't get mad, grow. And so what happens is a lot of people don't realize that even having a healthy social life is important. Dating one another. Hey, Brenda, I see you, sweetie. Yeah, dating one another, right? Making sure that you make time for one another. That's what a healthy relationship looks like. It doesn't look like you go months and months and months and months without having any real grown up interaction with one another. And I'm not talking about sex. Going out on the town, that may mean going to the park and going for a walk. That's what that may mean. It may mean going to spend a few hours on the boardwalk near your house if you live near a beach or a lake or whatever, right? It may mean that, right? But making sure to incorporate quality time is what makes a relationship healthy, because you still want your partner. And here's the last one, you guys. You still want your partner to see you and you see them with these loving and adoring eyes. Like if we're at a social function and at a gathering, right? And we're away from each other, you on one side of the room, I'm on the other, locking eyes again, because you are so very attracted to them, but you're also independent. You're not needy. They don't have to be up under you all the time, but for you to feel good about who you are and where the two of you are together, right? And it's a healthy independence. It's actually called interdependence, right? And so when you have a healthy relationship, it looks like interdependence. You know you need each other. You need each other for personal growth and development. You need each other because you want to build an empire, because you two are in alignment with one another. And even if you don't want to build an empire, have a business, or do anything, you want somebody that is still in alignment with your values, your goals, and the things that are important to you. Remembering the whole while that everybody wasn't raised in the same environment that you were raised in, right? Hello, I see hello from Facebook user. I don't know who that is. But hi, right? So, when you understand that you have to reposition yourself, you have to reposition your thinking. Some things may not show up looking like what you think they should look like, right? Some things may not happen exactly how you think they should happen. But if you have a healthy relationship, you two can work through anything at all, right? And showing up, being there for them because you want them to win. I often say this to people who are in relationship, like, if you go into a relationship looking for what you can get out of them, you are already out of bounds. And I say that, and I get a lot of pushback. Well, what about reciprocity? What about reciprocity, Kim? And I always say reciprocity is always in order. But I tell you, if you are with somebody who is only thinking about the ways in which they can serve you and help you to be a better version of you, you are in a healthy relationship. And if you go into the relationship looking for how you can help your partner be a better person or help them in any area of their lives, male or female, you're already operating the way that God intended for us to operate. Let's be clear. God wants us to serve one another, and charity begins at home. Now, I'm not telling you to be serving a boyfriend. Now, that's a whole nother talk show, because there's levels to this. There's levels to everything. But when you first meet someone, and you're thinking about the ways as you converse with one another, and you sitting down across the table and they vibing and you vibing with them, and everything is going well, and y'all are really feeling each other, right? If and in fact you were doing that and things are going great, right, between the two of y'all, and there's a way that you can help them, and you're looking for ways to be a blessing to them. And I'm not talking about washing their clothes and cleaning their house, because that's what wives do. That's what wives do, and that's what husbands do. Husbands wash the clothes, clean the kitchen. Wives wash the clothes, clean the kitchen, make sure everything is good. Those are wifely duties. We're not talking about that. Like, you might have a connect. You might know somebody who can be a blessing to them. Maybe they have some things going on. Maybe they got a niece who is special needs. And the minute you hear that, because you're having this conversation, you're asking questions, and through the questioning or the dialogue, you find out, that maybe they have a niece that's special needs, but somebody that's the director over the program for children with special needs. Like, what's the first thing you're going to do? You're looking for opportunities to be a blessing to that person. You're looking to have your best friend. You're looking to have the yin to your yang. So you have to show up every day, not just before. Thank you, Sister Martha. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So you want to show up every day with a heart of service. That's how God intended it for it to be, right? How can I serve you? How can I love on you? How can I show you, right? And I'm not saying, again, this is not the wifey stuff. We're not doing that. That's for later. I'm talking about showing up, being a friend. I'm talking about repositioning your thinking to align with winning, right? Never mind the dysfunction and the things that we see out here, because it's a lot of that. Take note that you get to create the life that you want. You do not have to live beneath your inheritance. You don't have to settle for garbage. You get the opportunity to be a blessing to someone else. And check this out. You can give them the telephone number or connect them to the person that you know who's a director over a program in order to help their needs, right? And you don't have to expect anything back in return. That's what a friend is for. That's what friends do. When you genuinely want people to win and your heart is in the right place, you're not sitting there looking to see if you can get anything back from them. That person may very well not be in position to do anything else really for you, except to be a friend. And I think that people don't value friendship today. They don't value the process of getting to know one another, right? Because as you slowly build and you slowly begin to get to know one another for real, right? You learn so much more than if you're trying to rush to the finish line and even rush to get married, right? I know we women, some of us of a certain age, and we ain't got a whole bunch of time to be playing no games with nobody. Hello, somebody. Okay, but you get my point. Here's the other thing that shows a good, healthy relationship. They genuinely care about how you feel. They care about how you feel. They care that you are upset. They care that your dog just passed away, died, right? They care that things are going on in your life, and they care about you. If you're sick, they bring in you soup. They care about you. And the soup doesn't denote I'm coming over because I want to try to get with you, No, they just genuinely being your friend. And if we can wrap ourselves around mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, that we have to reposition our thinking to align with where it is that we want to go. Real talk. Because part of the reason why we live beneath our inheritance is because we don't believe that we deserve better. And that's a lie from the pit of hell. You deserve somebody that has the capacity to love you. You deserve someone who is going to root for you, who is going to help you win, who is going to champion you, who is going to be right there by your side through thick and through thin. But here's the caveat to all of this, y'all. You can't get all of this if you are not all of this. Because you can't expect people to give you what you're not giving them. And again, I'm going to say it, reciprocity is always in order. Sometimes we want what we're not willing to give. If you want respect, you give respect. If you want love, you give love. If you want understanding, then you be understanding. If you want somebody that cares for you, begin to care for other people. But if you got a bad attitude and a stinking thinking and all of this other stuff, don't think that that's going to net you what you want, because it's not. I had to check myself. Well, God checked me actually, because I rarely see the wrong in what I do, right? I said something to a good friend of mine, and I asked myself, was I being mean? And at the point that you ask yourself, are you being mean? You probably were being mean. And while I didn't do it maliciously, it came out wrong. So it was a checking from God that said to me, Kim, check your delivery. It's not what you said, it's how you said it. And I feel like I want to call my friend up and say, yo, I'm sorry I said that way. But he probably don't even remember what it was. It wasn't a checking for him, right? It was God was checking me. God was checking me. But I lean into that because I take every opportunity that God gives me. He's telling me. I hear his voice. Kim, watch your tone. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Right? And so I got checked, and you gotta take heed to what the Spirit of the Lord is saying to you. You can't just do whatever you think you want to do all willy-nilly. It doesn't work like that. If you want better, you have to do better. So there's a constant place of introspection. And when you get into a relationship or you meet someone that you think is wonderful, then that is when you need to be doing the most introspection. Watch what you say, because sometimes what comes up is your childhood, something that doesn't have anything to do with that relationship. Sometimes people will pinch a nerve or say something to you that offends you, right? And you don't even realize that at the root of that, because it hasn't come up in a long time, you don't realize that there is something else at the root of that. And so you reacted and responded the way that you responded and reacted because it was like somebody had stepped on your toe and you said, ouch. And your response was to say something back that was not nice. Triggered. There you go, Brenda. There you go. I'm about to post your comment, baby. Wow, this happened to me the other day. I understand why I've been thinking about what I said to someone. Yes, because it wasn't even that serious, but then God began to deal with me. And I mean, wouldn't leave me alone. Kim, check your attitude. And then I said, okay, well, it's over now. No, because I need you to move forward and I need you to be better as you move forward. I don't just want you to get that one thing. I'm revealing it to you and I'm giving you the knowledge and some wisdom so that you will actively work on being a better version of you. Because offenses are gonna come and things are gonna happen. Kim, I gotta make sure that you are not always, nobody's perfect, but that you're consciously aware of the things that you do and the way that you say things. Because I try to be good to people and I don't mean to mess up, but guess what? I do. And I'm owning it. And I know how to say I'm sorry, right? And it doesn't necessarily even have to be a relationship with your with a romantic partner. This could be a relationship with your children. It could be a relationship with your siblings or anyone. You got to know how to say I'm sorry and mean it. That's how you get to healthy. That's how you get to healthy. And it'll blow your mind, right? It will blow your mind how your relationships begin to be transformed because you are being transformed, because you are repositioning yourself for the greater. Real talk. This is so, let me tell you something. The stuff I share with y'all tonight, I'm doing a 5-day challenge, a true love attracting your happily ever after challenge. It starts tomorrow at 7 p.m. And I've really been running hard to promote this challenge. Share it with your friends, send the link to your friends, let them sign up and become a part of this challenge. When I tell you it is going to be absolutely amazing, and I am so excited about it. So I've been getting on, well, I get on and I go live a lot anyway, whether I'm doing a challenge or not, lately. But it's important that it starts tomorrow night at 7, just so you're clear, and you have to register on the link on my Facebook page, okay, in order to be a part of it, right? So, with that being said, it's important that you don't let anything stand in your way, not even you, from having the relationship you desire. Is it going to take some work? Absolutely, it's going to take some work. Absolutely. It's not easy to change. It's not, because the old you, comes up. Sometimes I laughingly say to people, you don't want to resurrect the dead because that old Kim, she gone. I mean, there's residue from the old Kim still, there's a remnant, of the old Kim up in here. But I really don't want to be her. Don't resurrect the dead, baby. You don't want it. You do not want it. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be aggravated. I don't want to be frustrated. I don't want to be upset. All I want for my life is peace. All I want is love. All I want is happiness and joy. And all of them are not um um given to us every day and every moment all the time. You know what I'm saying? It happens, here and there. We get spurts of it. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I really know. One day I had joy, and I'm gonna tell you something. I had so much joy in my heart, y'all, that I needed to take a nap. You can't have joy like that all the time. I promise you, it will wear you out, right? So people think, oh, I just want this all the time. It don't work like that. Life ebbs and flows. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. The idea is that you're in a healthy relationship with somebody who would like to weather the storm with you, right? And who is the person? What does that look like to you? A healthy relationship. It looks like somebody caring about how you feel. It looks like, and you caring about them. It looks like mutual respect. It looks like great communication. It looks like emotional intelligence. It looks like trusting each other. It looks like, here's my other one. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. A great social life, putting each other first. Interdependence. It looks like interdependence. And it looks like still being attracted to one another even 10 and 15 years later. You be like, boy, wait till we get home because y'all married now. You understand? But you got to have the foundation. You have to have the building blocks, right? And the foundation has to be strong, and it has to be rooted in friendship and wanting to serve one another, right? You can't go into a relationship talking about, well, I no, because I want this. And if you don't do, who does that? And men talk about, well, she needs to, she better cook. I heard you, right? But what if you're the better cook? What if you're the better cook? What if she doesn't know how to do that? Maybe she could clean the house and keep everything organized. Or what if you're the better cook? To my brothers. So it's important to understand the building blocks of a great, healthy relationship, right? And now all I need you to do is reposition your mind, reposition yourself to understand that you are worthy, that you are enough, that you're valuable, and you're lovable. And love is your birthright. That's what I need you to know about you. And you deserve a healthy, happy relationship. Listen, I hope y'all join me tomorrow night on Zoom. I hope y'all register for the workshop. I love y'all. I like some fried chicken, and God knows I love me some fried chicken. Y'all have an awesome and amazing night. I love y'all, for real.